I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully. But disrespectfully is disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans. Poor little bro, them. And I'ma tell them why I'm mad. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus. The other state, and of course, as always, I'm upset.
Maize and Blue Nation, it's Tom Brady. I co-founded Autograph with one mission in mind: change the fan experience for the better. That's why I'm excited to announce the release of a new app that recognizes the biggest Michigan fans. The Autograph Fandom app gives you access to the best Michigan content, fan challenges, and exclusive rewards for diehard Wolverines, all for doing the things you already do, like listening to this podcast. Head over to the Apple App Store and search for Autograph Rewarding Fans and download today.
Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maize Madman. I got my guy with me, the one and only Boxing Maniac.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get into it, man. Anybody that wants to join the conversation, feel free. The link is in the chat. It's gonna cost you nothing. By the way, 47 people here. Let's get 47 likes. It doesn't cost you a penny to be a little friendly. Maniac, I'm gonna let you kick this one off. First, let's get the banner up. At least we can do that, right? Michigan wins 30-10 in the big house, beating their Mountain West opponent, I believe. Mountain West, Fresno State, 30-10, but it was not as black and white as that score. Maniac, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Look, first of all, 1-0, right? We'll always take a ugly win than an ugly loss, right? Coming into this game, it was very clear that one thing that Michigan's we might have trouble with was the offense, and that was evident from the beginning, right? I mean, even though the first drive of the season did result into a touchdown due to Zeke Berry's interception, and Michigan was able to capitalize there. After that touchdown, man, it was like, yo, where's the offense? Yo, hello. I need offense over here. It just wasn't bad. The offensive line wasn't able to oppose their will on Fresno State. They were just as physical as Michigan as far as their defensive line against our offensive line. And you saw, man, if we're not able to run the ball, that offense started to look a little, stagnant there, and we just couldn't really do anything, man. We did score before the end of the half. That was good, and I see them with the Edwards, and you know what? Maybe he just is best being running back number 2. Just give Mullins number 1. Maybe Edwards being number 2 is why he does. That's where he shines, being running back number 2, because it was evident that Khalil Mullins was our best running back today between the two. And I do expect, I don't think he'll start still, but expect him to be the workhorse moving forward.
Just to piggyback what you're talking about, Khalil Mullins, 15 carries, 92 yards, 6.1 yards per carry. On the flip side, you had Donovan Edwards run it 11 times for 27 yards. Let me repeat that. 11 times, just 27 yards. Not good. Like you said, first drive off of the interception, things are looking great, right? They put Orji in on the second down. Everybody in the building, everybody watching just knows, oh, this is a Orji run. We're going to run this one in. They roll it out. He passes to Donovan. Looks like it's good for Donovan. Looks like it's good for Michigan, right? That would be the highlight of the night for Donovan Edwards. No jokes. Orji would be shuffled in and out on a couple plays. He threw I'll get to the pass in a minute. He'd be shuffled in and out. And honestly, on the plays that he got in, except for one or two, they all have forward motion, right? So we can't take anything away from that. It was slow motion for most of the night for QB1, Davis Warren. He did put together a drive that culminated in a touchdown pass to Colston Loveland, who, by the way, is the MVP offensively of this game. And Colston Loveland showed why he is who he is. And that's Timothy Loveland. Even though, his name isn't Tim or him, he is him.
Yes.
Colston Loveland is absolutely him. And he's the best tight end in college football. Your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And back to that drive, right? What I loved about that drive was that came right after Fresno State made it 16-10. And
Right.
Michigan answered with that drive. And that's what you want to see from your team, right? How are they going to answer that, right? And, man, that gave me a lot of confidence moving forward. Definitely go blue. That gave me a lot of confidence moving forward. Like, listen, man, that offensive line started to impose their will on that Fresno State front line. And it's like, here we go, baby. Here we go. This is Michigan football. That drive was the epitome of Michigan football. Now, if that's the offense that we're going to get moving forward, then I'm not really worried much. But if the offense that we got for about 85% of this game is the offense we're going to get moving forward, then this could be a 3-4 loss season for Michigan. But without a doubt, Colston Loveland, he's an animal. They put him in a cage because he just he's different. He's different, man.
He certainly is different. Let me because I watched the noon game, the 12 o'clock games, and that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, for at least for a half. The first half was looking very shaky, baby. And they were playing Akron, who is not, by the way, Fresno State. Let's start there. Akron is not Fresno State. These two teams are not equals in any way. Fresno State is really going to compete for the Mountain West Championship. Akron, I don't, would they play in the MAC or something like that? They're gonna get smacked. All right. Anyway,
yeah, Akron, let's be clear. If I'm not mistaken, they only won 2 games last year, right? Fresno is a 9-win team, and this is that they win in 7 to 8 games this year, maybe 9 again. They're that good.
They're that good. Yeah.
So I expect them to be a tough team, and I coming into this game, man, I said it. Fresno, if anybody watches college football, know they've been one of the better non-Power 5 conference football teams. They're not intimidated by these teams. And it was very evident that they weren't. Again, I just think if we had a veteran quarterback, I think this game would have got ugly for Fresno. But being that, I don't know what Moore and Campbell's approach was. Were they being vanilla? Were they just, putting the handcuffs on Warren? It was kind of hard, especially after that interception that he threw, which, I like those interceptions. You're taking risk. I could live with that. And after that, he didn't really have no bad throws after that. In fact, he had about 3 drops. And Timothy Loveland had one of those drops, but he made up for it. So that's all that matters.
Hey, Sue Yu has some strong opinions tonight. Shout out to Sue Yu. Wink is Don Brown 2.0.
Absolutely.
Look, I will say this. If you were listening to the commentators, I don't know what game they were watching. In that first half, Wink blitzed a lot.
Yeah.
He came after. He blitzed a little bit in the second half too. But the point is, he played a lot of man early in that game too. I think behind the blitzes, he mixed it up and played some zone behind blitzes in the second half. Whatever. But I'm not worried about Wink. I think now we talked about this at halftime. You called me at halftime.
Yeah.
What the hell was that rotation in like the second second quarter? Where Will Johnson and Makari Page and these guys are on the side, every one of them on the sideline. And that seemed to be in the first half, at least, Fresno's best drive. They immediately, the moment Will Johnson was off the field, they went right after Miles Pollard. who had taken his spot, and got the completion. They seem to be running the ball. They got some rhythm, in that span when that rotation took place. I don't like it. I know you were talking about getting players some experience and some depth, and I guess against a team like Fresno State, who, by the way, is a solid football team. I want to make that very clear. You can do that, but I still did not like it because it gave Mikey some confidence. I'm talking about the Mikey King, the quarterback for Fresno State, gave him some confidence. It gave them some rhythm, if nothing else, and I didn't appreciate it. I didn't like it.
Yeah, but let's also we did mention Colston Loveland, but shout to the field goal kicker. He kicked 250 plus yarders and a 44-yarder. So none of his 3 field goals were Mickey Mouse field goals.
Absolutely.
And the way this offense looks could be
for Heisman. I saw somebody put in here.
Brada for Heisman. Listen, Loveland is the MVP, but he's right behind him in this game. They could be co
MVPs, Vada and Loveland, right?
Because the way this Michigan offense is, we're gonna need a good field goal kicker, and so far he showed that he's that.
Hey, Sue Yu is on fire, bro.
Sue Yu, is he a Michigan fan?
I'm guessing this is a Michigan fan. They really said, they said we were gonna beat Texas. I'm positive this is a Michigan fan, but I love these takes tonight. Shout out to you for that. So we progress forward in the game. Obviously, I think the defense was stout. They gave up a touchdown on one of those drives. Fresno State's best drive of the game. They give up the touchdown on that one, but by the way, when they get that touchdown, the score is 16-10. You brought that up, right? It's a one possession game. One of the things you told me you didn't want to see in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, Fresno State gets it to a one possession game. In fact, if they score a touchdown and kick an extra point, they are winning the game if that would have happened. 16-10, they get within striking range. But what I appreciate is that Michigan answered the bell, right? They go back, they get a touchdown. And then of course, Will Johnson closes it in fashion in style.
It was the way we scored that touchdown, the way that we imposed our will, man. We imposed, the O-line was pushing them. And this is where that conditioning kicks in, right? So Fresno was able to hang around. But what you going to do in the fourth quarter? Now Michigan, those 1 yard runs, them 2 yards become 4 or 5 yard runs. And that's what it was. Beautiful, beautiful blocking by the O-line on that drive. And man, that was pretty much it. And what's up with TJ Guy, bro? What happened to him on that drive? Even though that roughing the passer was kind of Mickey Mouse.
Soft. That was soft. Yeah.
And then the horse collar with the face mask, and bro, they on the 10-yard line. Right there. And then if they scored there, it's back to 23-17. And now we biting our nails again, like, oh, here we go. But of course, the second Himothy Johnson.
And I got the banner for that, by the way. Will Johnson is him too.
Absolutely. And he just shows, man. He gave up about 2-3 passes, nothing major. But that's good. He's going to need that because this coming Saturday, man, we know who's coming to the big house.
Right.
We got probably the best team that we'll face all year.
Arguably. By the way, I'm not sure. Somebody tell me in the chat, because I saw Oregon was struggling mightily with Idaho.
The whole the potatoes.
We got a super chat. Shout out to Killer Panda. It's unacceptable that Michigan's quarterback room is this bad. We should have got a quarterback from the portal. I wanted Malik Murphy. He went to Duke. Listen, in an attempt not to, sound the alarms, I'm going to agree that maybe we should have looked in the portal for a quarterback. I also wanted to pose this question. By the way, the link is in the chat. Anybody that wants to jump up, Join us in the conversation. Feel free. I'm gonna drop a fresh link in there. But I want to pose this question while he brought that up. Did they get QB1 right? Maniac, give me your opinion.
Absolutely. Because just like you mentioned, you wanted to speak about Orji's second pass, which was he had my man Tyler Morris wide open on the out, and that ball was like 4 yards short.
Right.
Again, they bring two different dimensions. We know Orji is that more athletic quarterback. Davis Warren is the better passer. And look, people, again, you get a lot of casual fans. If you don't win 50 zip, oh, we suck, we trash, fire everybody, burn the stadium. No, Davis Warren did not play a bad game. It wasn't a great game, right? Not a game that we're going to talk about for years. But when you look at it and dissect it, he made smart throws, man. He really did. Again, with the exception of the one interception where he took a risk, which I'm okay with that, because you have to keep the defense honest too. He played a solid game, but he does got to get better, though. If we want to get to the summit, which of course is one, winning the Big Ten, playoffs, and of course repeating, we need a better Davis Warren. But it's a long season. If he gets better every week, then I don't think there's much to worry about.
Yeah,
we got it right.
No doubt.
I think the right one.
We got to call in. My guy Dom is here. Dom, what's up, sir?
How you doing, gentlemen? Can you hear me?
Hey, Dom, loud and clear. Go blue, baby. Go blue.
I made a small list.
Oh. All right.
So I'll give you guys,
Let's do it.
Give you guys a couple points, and then I'll step out. But I thought I'd wear the national championship.
Beautiful.
It's good on you
because we ain't getting anywhere near it this year, fellas. With looking at that, we're just not.
All right.
So what I have for you guys, I really think the problem as a whole is continuity, and the new requirements the head coach Moore had to take on. Removed his day-to-day hands-on. He placed that into new coaches that are new to the system, new to the culture, and it was a disconnect. It just wasn't, it'll gel, but that was clearly absent, and I really think the root of that could have been avoided had Ward Manuel kept Herbert in place. I think he would have been a good bridge there. I'll go through quickly, guys, and then I'll sign out. The offensive line needs work. The center and the guard play was atrocious. Warren, he hawks his first option. Too many misses that could have been completions. I'd have Morris on all returns or give Orji a shot there. Orji needs to be in the game. This flipping back and forth is just, it just doesn't give either guy a fair shot. Neither one of them gets to establish momentum. Perhaps they didn't want to show too much for the Texas game coming up. But what I did like about today is that Mullins, Josiah Stewart had a hell of a game. And some of these other players are stepping up. Loveland, obviously, that can now assume leadership roles more so because they're not hearing, oh, you did that last year. It's going to be like, no, I did it this week. That's the way we do it here. I think some of that's going to get implemented. And lastly, guys, and this is really small, what's with the helmet stickers, man? This is the first game of the year. What about you earn them, fellas? Last year's over. So thank you for having me, guys, and check out.
Thank you for calling in, man. Appreciate it. So
Dom, dropping some knowledge on us.
So I agree with most of it. I don't, not everything. Look, again, this is offensively, this is a new team. Only Colston Loveland is only the returning starter coming back. So yes, there's gonna be we're gonna crawl a little bit here, but they have to grow fast because of that schedule, right? Until we hit Arkansas State, every game is gonna be a tough one. That USC game is no gimme now after what we saw.
That's
right?
after
But
Arkansas State, I believe. But yeah,
yeah, that's after. It's Texas, Arkansas State, and then
USC.
USC,
Right.
right? So I do, I didn't see Texas today because I was out doing the book bag drive.
Right.
I know they won 52 zip, and I know they good. I don't see the numbers and get nervous and see this, but am I as confident as I was when we was picking game by game? No, I'm
Right.
not.
Yeah.
This is now I'm leaning slightly towards Texas. I gotta be a realist. But
Okay.
it's a winnable game for Michigan. As long as Warren doesn't turn over the ball, put the defense in bad positions, and Michigan gotta let that line. Remember, look at the 2022 season. It took about 3-4 games before that O-line really stepped up. So we went to Iowa that we
Right.
finally said, yo, there we go. So we can't expect this team to grow fast. And we was okay with the teams in the past. And then we also add we had JJ. And JJ's just he could do it all. So, it's tough because that defense, it's amazing. It's just
Right.
an athletic defense. It's a SEC like defense that they couldn't run the ball. They might have had 1 or 2 good runs after that. They made them one-dimensional. And if Michigan can do that moving forward, they're going to win a lot of games because they could get after it. And I think Wink, on that touchdown they scored, he did not have to blitz, man. That left McBurrows in the island, and we saw what happened. But again, I think they get back to the drawing board. I don't think they satisfied with this win, and they understand that this coming Saturday is going to get serious.
Absolutely. So Texas won their game something like 52 to donut. I forget who they were playing. Colorado State. Right? Colorado State. Beat the brakes off of those guys. It was slow motion for a minute. It was like 7-0 for a long time there before I guess they got the wheels moving and churning. But it was impressive either way. My guy American Born You here says, I'm not gonna even watch next week. You gotta tune in, brother. You gotta tune in.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be, even if Michigan lose, I don't see it being an embarrassing loss. It'll just be they just couldn't score.
I'm seeing a lot of this right here. This seems to be a prevailing sentiment. Look, this dude, like I said, 11 rushes, 27 yards. It wasn't pretty, right? He did catch the first touchdown from Orji, but that was just a little, rinky-dink dump-off pass. That said, what really bothered me the most wasn't even his rushing. It was his pass pro. Did you see the one where it was clearly his responsibility? I think the commentators even brought it to people's attention too. And it was just so lazy. It just looked lazy. You know what I mean? It looked lackadaisical. And that's what bothers me the most. It's not about him missing the block, right? Because you can miss a block. It could be, I forgot that was my assignment. He saw the man coming, pause, and made, I guess if you want to call that an effort to get over to pick him up. And it was gross. It was really gross. And of course, it was that sort of effort, even running the ball. I feel like he doesn't hit the holes as hard as he should. Sometimes it's a lot of tiptoeing and dancing and trying to. I get that he's a patient runner. Like his freshman year, that patience really was like a positive for him, right? I remember him when he would get in and he would display some patience and hit a hole and be gone, good chunks of yards. Of course, when Blake goes down in 22, he's the savior against the other state and stuff like that. So we know it's in there somewhere. He's got it in there somewhere, but I don't know what he needs in terms of motivation or his confidence. He didn't look like a confident football player out there today. I don't know.
That more than anything you mentioned, confident. he just didn't look like him. He didn't look like he was like, I'm ready. It's I don't know if it's a lingering injury. Maybe it's just him that he's not accustomed to being RB1. I mean, yes, he did fill in for Corum in 22, against Ohio State, against Purdue in the Big Ten championship, and of course TCU. But I think that, listen, we still gonna need him. He's gonna break some runs in big games. So I'm not worried. But listen, you know what, Donovan? Mullins right now, he's the workhorse. He's gonna get majority of the runs, man. That's just why. And I was shocked that we didn't see Benjamin Hall. I would have thought we would have saw him a couple of times. I don't even think one time he came in. If I'm
super chat from TS, but you ain't say nothing, TS. We appreciate the super chat though. Shout out to you for that.
With a Texas flag. Okay.
Right. With the Lone Star in there. Maybe that's an omen. He tried to send us a message.
Yo, look, I'm never scared, right? I know Michigan won. We have the second longest home winning streak right behind Georgia. Michigan at 23, Georgia at 26. We got to protect our house, man. Even if Michigan's offense will have to be more aggressive in this game, take more shots downfield. Got to keep that Texas defense honest. They'll run the ball. They'll be able to run the ball here and there, but we can't be one-dimensional. We're not going to Penn State, Texas. We're not going to do that. I think the O-line is not there yet. Maybe mid-season, 4th, 5th game, maybe we start to see that O-line be that O-line that we're used to.
Yeah, I mean, I can't lie and say that I came out of that game with zero concern. Certainly concerned. We can't play like that next week and expect to win. Look, here are the facts. The facts are this: Michigan's offensive line, especially the interior of that offensive line, didn't play its best. TS responded, No, I'm a Detroit boy just living in Texas for the past. Okay. Shout out to you. What up, though?
All right.
Yes, all right. But the interior of that offensive line didn't play well. We saw that on like the 3rd and 11 play when, the defensive tackle just rushes in and kills, Davis Warren. It was a couple other plays. I'm worried about that. Evan Link looked good, though. I will say that. Sophomore tackle, he looked good. Miles Hinton. For the most part. Right? Looked good. So I think the interior of the line, the quarterback, look, I know he made some plays late in the game, but I can't say we have a real quarterback number one right now. You can't come out of that game and believe, oh, we're good at quarterback. That I don't feel that way.
Yeah, I don't. So, and I'm gonna now I'm gonna say something, and I know people might be bugged out, but listen, you don't be surprised you see Jack Tuttle in there once healthy, because listen, again, we don't need these quarterbacks to be great. I know you don't want to hear that name. He's been in college since the Obama administration. But look, what I would say,
Jack Tuttle.
Yeah, what I would say is this, right? Again, you look at it. Look at the game again when you get a chance and just say, okay, but that's not national championship worthy play. Definitely not. But I mean, I wouldn't put Davis in for the fact that that's kind of throwing the season away. That's like, yo, we give up. Let's just put the freshman in. I mean, if we like 4-4, then yeah, like why we got to lose at this point? But if not, let's see. I mean, again, if we get better every week, it's fine. We don't need Davis Warren to be Quinn Ewers. We don't need him to be Dylan Gabriel. We just need him to be better than what he was and not turn the ball over, man. And it could have been worse. I agree. It could have been because These players have never started for Michigan. So listen, Saturday, hopefully we're doing this chat happy, not like, oh my goodness.
All right, so look, man, we gotta address Stu here.
Oh.
They struggled when they couldn't cheat. So I'm just gonna go out on the limb, Stu, and guess that you are a fan of the other state. He's back again. It's almost like your coach is a joke who had a cheat code playbook. Yo, this guy here. Hey, look, we don't need this sort of negativity right now, by the way. We are celebrating being 1-0, Stewie.
Yep.
You should probably celebrate being 1-0. And I'm assuming again that you are a fan of that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus. Shout out to C4 Collect. Shut the fuck up, Stu.
Our
coach is the
then
man.
You go collect. Right? Then you go collect Tokyo.
Yeah.
Listen, you're gonna look. If Michigan loses this year, which is probably likely, the memes. Oh, you say yeah, no collar stallions and y'all lose. Look, no, we just beat Fresno. If we cheated, we would have lost that game. But,
right.
I'm not going to get into that. We know Connor Stallions for the last 8 games wasn't there. And Michigan, that was Michigan's toughest stretch of the season, and they beat everybody. With the whole world watching, with them under a microscope, and they won. So I don't care what anybody say. Let them think what they want to think. But we do know this. And I see Warren.
I didn't see that. Are you saying that this happened and like nobody was like waiting to interview him?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see. I know they interview Coach Moore, right. And he was just like, listen, man, he understands. Like, Will Johnson defense was the defense. You know,
this is not a safe space for Ohio State fans right now. All right.
Yeah, listen, I'm not worried. Look, I'm going to tell you about Ohio State. Yeah, you look at the score, Akron. Again, you look at them, their O-line wasn't that great. I'm telling you, once they play a physical team, they're going to look very average. I'm telling you, I'm not worried about no Ohio State.
Not at all.
There's nothing that I saw today that was like, oh, my God. No, absolutely not. I'm telling you, but look at that cupcake schedule. They play Burger King Tech next week, and then after that, Wendy's State. Come on,
Wendy's State. Shout out to that, man. So look, we do have to switch the focus, right? We got to get ready for what's coming next week, and that's obviously Texas, a team that a lot of people are picking to win the SEC this year. A team a lot of people are picking to win the national championship. This is going to be a great litmus test for Michigan. We'll know exactly where we stand basically after this game. I know we did the pause. I know we did the preview of the season, right, a couple weeks ago, and pretty much had Michigan going 12-0, right? Including winning against Texas. Where you stand with that? I know you expressed some concern with that, right?
If we're going just based on what we've seen on the surface today, you got to favor Texas. That's just what it is. You got to favor Texas. But I honestly, 100% in my heart, don't think I know Michigan could beat Texas. If it was at Texas, forget about it. But I'm going to tell you this, man. We got 3 picks in 1 drive. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was.
What Michigan has to do, 2 things, man. One, offensively, we have to control the clock, right? Keep that Quinn Ewers on the sidelines. And of course, win the battle of field position. When we're not scoring, make them go 70, 60, 80 yards a drive to score, right? Because they're going to move the ball. They just good. Like, we're not a perfect defense. But If we can do that, not turn it over, we will score points against them. Trust me. I expect to see some. They got to open up that playbook, man. Don't be surprised you see Will Johnson on the offense this Saturday.
Right.
But
no doubt.
can't
Oh,
go
look
back.
who joined the conversation.
Let me
go
see.
ahead.
No, I just say I'm gonna go. 3 freshmen O-line. What did they beat A&M? Good for them. Listen, I know. Listen, fam, whatever his name is, Irish Buckeye, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
All right, good man. Good for your team, man. You know, maybe
3 freshmen.
maybe you should join a conference. How about that? Right. But anyway, shout to Notre Dame. They a good team. That's a solid victory on the road in a hostile environment. I'm not a hater. Shout to them. But Notre Dame is going to Notre Dame when it's all said and done. So we not really worry about them. And they're not even on our schedule. We do have a great kicker, Troy. You absolutely right. And that's huge, especially the way we're going to play offense this year is going to be a lot of field goal kicking. Yeah. So again, guys, listen, my fellow Wolverines, man, I get it. Tonight wasn't a game that we're going to go to sleep today and say, yeah, we definitely repeating. It's like, oh, man, this could be 3-4 loss season. Possibility not. Tuesday. Saturday is going to be the measuring stick. Saturday is going to let us know if Michigan can hang with the big boys. And if Michigan wins Saturday, and I'm telling you right now, man, you're going to see people y'all got lucky. The referees helped you. It's going to be something. Michigan can never win. When they win is a problem. I'm a bit concerned of Edwards. Yeah, man, listen. I think he just thrives when he's running back number 2. Let Mullins in there and just let Edwards come and watch him a 40-yarder against Texas to the house, man. Watch.
Wait a minute. How dare you come into this live? The nerve of you. You know what? I got to give you some credit for having the nerve to even post anything in this live. Poor little bro Nim has bit up the nerve. This is the first, by the way, this is like the first Michigan State person who's ever come into one of these lives, because I think they understand that it's not safe for them. But you guys mustered 16 points. Count them, 16 points against FAU. This is not the space for you to come in here and say anything like this.
Yeah, it's fun. Listen, I get it. One thing I would say is always F Michigan State and Ohio State. But always. That quarterback they got, he is going to be a problem for years to come. Aiden Childs, that kid is good. He's the real deal. They're not gonna make no noise this year, Michigan State. You might win 6 games, but next year and the year after that, yeah, things looking good, man, because you need a quarterback, right? I'm telling you, man. Imagine, I'm going to tell you the quarterback, man, that I would have loved to have on our team. Cam Ward, right? Yeah. We saw him go into Gainesville today and straight light up the Gators, right? The SEC, the speed of the SEC, the physicality of the SEC. And Miami, the U, straight toy with them. That guy he's a hell of a quarterback. And I was hoping he didn't go to Ohio State, because I remember them talking about it. I'm like, oh man. So when they got Will Howard, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. They're going to win games with him, but I think Cam Ward is definitely an elite quarterback in college, and Miami's going to win a lot of games with him. Michigan had a quarterback of that caliber, then we would definitely repeat. That's how I feel.
I don't think this hurt our wide receiver recruiting. Honestly, I think if anything, it showed that we need a definite number 1, right? The ball was being thrown. Davis Warren was attempting to complete passes to wide receivers. You know, whether or not they came up with them is a whole nother thing. Whether or not they were accurate at times was a whole nother thing, but the attempts were there. So I don't think it necessarily hurt wide receiver recruiting. But it certainly shows that a person like Andrew Marsh can't get here quick enough, right?
Yeah,
We got 200 people in the chat, real quick. 200 people in the chat. We need 200 likes. Be sure to share this on social media with your friends and family. Go ahead, Maniac.
No, man. Well, we got Jaden Davis. He's there, man. You know he a slinger. Once he take the reins, trust me, all them receivers are gonna feel comfortable. Right now, man. Listen, I'm not gonna count out Davis Warren, man. I know a lot of fans are. I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's see why he does. You remember, Craig Krenzel from that, like you say, that disgusting Vow team. He wasn't pretty. His stats weren't pretty. But he knew how to win. He just got to know how to win. The only thing I didn't see from Davis Warren was his get out the pocket and try to get 2, 3, 5 yards. I didn't see that.
So I didn't see that either. And also, he is not JJ McCarthy in terms of being able to complete passes downfield on the run. He had a couple of those like rollouts where he was on the run trying to complete passes even to the same side. It's not JJ like, at least right now. And I'm not sure it will be, but I will say this. I am going to give Davis Warren a chance, right? I get that this was game number 1. It was game number 1 against a game opponent. It wasn't like, we went out here and scheduled, as you would say, Wendy State or Burger King Tech, McDonald's U. We ain't scheduled none of them this year. We had a real opponent that came to try to, knock our heads off, and Davis Warren, performed well enough. We can say that. Next week, we know he has to step it up. He's gonna have to step it up if we're gonna have any chance.
Let me ask you, since you asked me, how you feeling about the next Saturday?
I feel less confident about it than I did, before this game. I still feel like Michigan can win that game. I still feel like Michigan should win that game. So let me not say should. Should is strong. I feel like Michigan can win the game. I think Michigan will win the game. That's better. But yeah, like this is weird. Hold on, we gotta address this guy one more time.
Let me see. Put him on hold.
Paul Bunyan will be ours this year. Take it to the bank. Where you bank at? I want to know your banker that would give you anything based on this statement here, because he probably is going to be out of job if he, listens to you. The bank is probably going to bounce trying to cash this check. The only way Paul Bunyan is yours is if somehow y'all in some espionage scandal sneak into Ann Arbor, break into the trophy case and steal it. Otherwise, we'll let y'all in. Y'all can look at it from the glass, take pictures on your iPhones and all of that. But other than that, bro, stop it.
They need to worry about Maryland this week. I'm just saying.
Right.
They put up 50 against UConn. So let them listen. How many games they won last year? 5, 6, 40. Poor sport. Yeah. And it was they were scared. We're scared for our safety because they fucking crying. They cried.
Right. They tried to cancel the game. They was gonna cancel the game.
They run to the sidelines to get plays, and it was 49-zip, man. Stop it. Cut it out. Whatever your name is, Sparty knows or whatever, man. Just celebrate your 1-0, man. That's it.
Warren look good. Time and reps will do him good. Orji is a great change of pace. Defense looks really good. Defense did look good. I was impressed with the defense for the most part.
Yeah, Jacob was spot on
Orji
there.
have a full quarter.
Damn it.
Maryland is good. Rutgers is good. I don't know. Rutgers, no disrespect to Howard, respectfully. But disrespectfully, they let them hang around a little too long.
Yeah.
God, I wanted to see Orji more. He was fun to watch. He was fun to watch. Like I said, man, in the times that he played in the when he got in the game, for the most part, the ball moved forward. It was the one bad pass. That was a horrible pass attempt to Morris. There was that, and then like one other run play got stuffed. But other than that, man, the ball moved forward. He got the first touchdown of the game. So he did his thing. He was successful for the most part.
Yeah, I just want to see the offense this Saturday. A lot of misdirection. You got to give Samaj the ball more. You got to give Tyler Morris. You got to find a way. Remember when we had Josh Gaddis, the speed and space? This is what we have to do. We do have the athletes there, and we got to get them the ball. Little brother. Yeah, man, ain't nobody worry about Michigan State, man. I mean, it's good. I'm glad he's confident.
He don't even believe it.
No, he just trolling. That's what they do, man. Yeah. They trollers, big time trollers.
We might be cut. Damn.
We might be cooked. I don't know.
Look,
we'll see.
They put up 52 points, man. It's not hard to put up 52 points. I mean, not easy. I'm sorry, to put up 52 points, right? But they put up 52 points. The difference is they're traveling to the big house, where, as my guy pointed out, Michigan has the second longest home winning streak in FBS. So that's a challenge. Michigan's defense is still very stout.
Elite,
arguably better than they were even a year ago. So Texas, if Texas thinks they're going to come beat Michigan 52 to donut, they got another thing coming.
No, it's not happening.
More absolutely should have. He waited for the ball instead of going to get it.
I kind of agree with. See, and it's funny that he mentions that. What was that dude's name right there?
That's my guy. Actually, he's a regular in the channel. Blank name.
Name. That's what I wanted to tell you, because he looked a little lazy, man. You got to go get that ball, man.
Are you talking about Fred Moore on the interception?
Yeah. That's what he's referring to.
So I do think he should have played a little more defense on that pass. However, it was grossly underthrown. If he put it out in front of him, there's no need for him to go back and get it. It was two defenders behind him. All that ball needed to do was be out in front, and it's an easy touchdown. But I agree with both of you that he's got to play. At that point, you become a defender, and you got to go back and try to knock it down, if nothing else.
Yeah, and I want to see Fred Moore, maybe some jet sweeps. The kid is a beast. This Saturday, they gotta open up that playbook. We have to. Right. He was playing 7-on-7, and I'm going to tell you, and he threw an interception. I guarantee he's throwing a minimum 2 interceptions against Michigan. He could still win the game, but he's going to throw a minimum of 2. Do we take advantage of that? When we do, that's a different question.
For sure. Blank, I agree. Definitely got to fight for the ball.
Absolutely.
Michigan defense not to take lightly. If Michigan can score 24 a game, we straight. I like that. If Michigan can average 24 a game, we're going to win a lot of football games this season. Disappointed with the offensive line. Gip, no doubt. We spoke about that, especially that interior of the offensive line, guard and center. I think both the tackles play, well enough. But that interior of the offensive line definitely needs some more reps, some more work.
And people got to understand something too, man. We're replacing 5 starters. Remember, 5 starters on that old line. So It's not they like a veteran piece together, but this is not like these guys were there 2 of the 5 were starters last year. No, this is 5. So yes, they did not play great. I agree. That last drive where we scored to go up 23-10, that's where that offensive line, I said, wow, did they find a niche right here? Is it going to be Is this the O-line moving forward? Because listen, man, oh man, Saturday they got a heavy task ahead of them, man, against that Texas D line.
No doubt. I didn't give this guy enough credit. Josiah Stewart is absolutely a monster. He's a little undersized at defensive end, but it doesn't matter. He makes it work. I think he had a couple sacks today, right? 2 sacks. He made that play out in like open space on a receiver.
He
He's
threw him
all
like
over the place.
he threw it. You know when you have your little brother and you like, come, let's play tackle in the house. He just threw that. Yo, I'm like, yeah. And that's what I love about this defense. It's an aggressive defense. They get at to the ball. I just think Wayne, he doesn't really need a blitz like that. We got a great front four. I think with Ewers, we can't really put our DBs on the island. You know, unless he's just torching our secondary, let's blitz. Let's see what we could do with our front four. If our front four is getting there, no blitz, man.
Somebody said we stole their sign. Shout out to that.
Yeah.
I'm a Michigan fan that lives in Columbus, hoping for another win this year. Go Blue. Shout out to you.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, did they fix their problem of being soft? I think not. We'll see, though. You know, it's a lot of time between now and late November, but I feel good right now about that team beating that team. Pause. The last 5 minutes, I thought I was gonna have a stroke. 3 interceptions back to back to back. How about that? Hey, good. Thank you for bringing this up, Susie Koo. Which, by the way, that's an incredible name. We get the first interception. They call that back for the softest roughing the passer I've ever seen in my life.
No, it was Quentin Johnson on the deflection. The ball did hit the ground. They reversed the call. Then about 2 plays later, Makari Page intercepts the ball off the deflection as well.
Yes.
And TJ Guy,
legit interception that time.
A little Mickey Mouse push and roughing the passer.
Disgusting.
And then he another big penalty, face mask with a horse collar, right? And that had them like on the 10-yard line, man. It was like, oh, I was the same way, Susie. I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go again. 2, the GOAT. Will the Thrill, Timothy Johnson. Wow, what a read. Listen, man, ain't too many cornerbacks making that play in college, if any. So shout to him, man. I think they understand Saturday. Yo, we got to step it up, man. Viewers, we don't have a long day. 3 to 4 interceptions. We need that.
Dot again says, who should be QB1? Look, man, I don't know that we had between the two of them, and no disrespect, respectfully. No, I'm gonna just stick with Davis Warren for real. I'm gonna stick with Davis Warren. They made a choice for a reason. They saw something in fall ball, so you know we just got to give Davis Warren some time. You know, let him get comfortable back there, and I'm sure that you know, we'll see eventually what everybody else sees in practice, right?
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, if he wants to silence the critics, the stage is all his Saturday, man.
No doubt. I wish we could mash them into one too. If we could have just the natural passing ability of Davis Warren on that body that is Alex Orji, I'd take that 1,000 out of 1,000 times.
Yeah, I know a lot of fans are not, you know, they're not comfortable with the 2 quarterback system. I don't really think it's going to be, I think it's going to be more of a package system. I'm telling y'all, we cook. Listen, champ, I tell you this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, because let's say, all right, even if we lose to Texas, but it was 20-17.
Right.
And we had the ball last and just, you know, Davis Warren wasn't clutch. Do you say, oh, yo, y'all cook? Nah, man, that was a good. Remember, Alabama's only loss last year before the Michigan loss was to Texas in week 2.
In Alabama. Right. Yeah.
So, and it was a close game. It wasn't like Texas blew them out. It was kind of a high scoring game. So look, man, this is college football, and especially when you at home, you always got the advantage, man.
I
So
do. So this was a little before my time, but I've done
remember,
my homework on it, and
I
Tom
remember.
Brady probably should have just been the quarterback.
Yeah.
Drew Henson came in highly coveted and all of that. He had all the, he's a national recruit and things like that. But Tom Brady probably should have been the quarterback from jump, and they should have just went with that.
It did. Drew was just so athletic, man, and he had a arm. Remember, he was also a baseball player. He got drafted by the Yankees as well. I remember that. That was still during my time. I remember that, watching that, and I mean, I wasn't looking at the ins and outs of the game. I would just watch the game and like, oh, all right, Brady isn't cool, Henson. But now you look at it, when you look at the ins and outs, you're like, yeah, maybe that wasn't the best. Should have left Brady. But Lloyd Carr was just in love with Drew.
Let's so look, all right, we've seen a bunch of the Big Ten teams play. I think all of them, right?
Except USC tomorrow against LSU.
Tomorrow, right? I can't even. Yeah, it doesn't even feel right calling them a Big Ten team, but you're right. USC tomorrow. All right, ranking them from their performances this weekend. Let's just give a top 5. Give me your 1 through 5 right now. Big Ten teams heading into week 2.
Damn, I'm just trying to think. I'll say, man, look, based on just performance,
right?
Maybe you gotta put Iowa up there. I don't know if
I was going.
Yeah, Iowa. I guess you put Ohio State, but they just projected to win it, right? So what they did and against that opponent really doesn't tell us much, right? But they still did what they had to do. Penn State looked good. Drew Allard, 3 touchdown passes on the road in Morgantown against West Virginia. He looked good finally. Now if he could throw the ball, and with that run game they have 2 elite running backs, and they always got a good defense. Penn State can make noise, so I'll put Penn State up there as well.
Shout out to Alex. I believe that.
Yeah, bro, that's exactly what I'm saying, Alex. Exactly what I'm saying. The defense is going to keep us in the game, and I would say, who else did I get? I didn't get who else did I watch? Or
Tom put Penn State number 1.
Okay, I mean, and that's I
Maryland.
can see that.
Maryland looked great.
Maryland looked good. They beat UConn, and I wouldn't put Michigan top 5, but I'll put their defense as the number 1 defense in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I'm with that. I got a similar. I would put Iowa at number 1 right now. I think they look good. The defense is always right. Iowa's gonna play good defense. Now, granted, they played some Western Illinois. I don't know who that was. The YMCA of Kenosha or something. I don't know, but it's still, offensively for Iowa, that's an offensive outburst, right?
No, that's like scoring 90. That's like equivalent to 90 for them,
right? Shit. And in the first half, my man Cade McNamara was out there looking shaky, baby. But in the second half, he turned it on and completed some passes, right? Got some touchdowns. One of those touchdowns, he got to thank whoever he prayed to, because he just threw that up. And homie caught it. So but yeah, so I think Iowa number 1. I would put Maryland number 2, Penn State number 3. The other state, unfortunately, at 4. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. Michigan, I guess, would take the 5th spot.
Okay.
Because all right. Yeah, but yeah, man, look, we did it. We had 5 minutes until we hit an hour. We had upwards of 200 people in the live. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps us in the algorithm. It's 181 of you right now. We got 69 likes. That's kind of crazy. It doesn't cost you anything. Be sure to like the live. Let me see if I see any more interesting ones really quick. I'm taking Cade over Warren all day long. That's right. That's hey, I am not mad at that. Today, if you ask me today, Cade McNamara over Davis Warren today.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, based on what we saw, it's of course, but we will see, man. We will see. Time will tell. That's the beauty about it. Time will let us know, right? And before I know we wrap it up, let me see. Yeah,
Giggity.
Do you think, based on so far what you saw, is Georgia the best team in the country? I don't know if you got to watch that Clemson
I
game.
did. I got to watch it. Their defense looked good too. Raylan Wilson, who was a former Michigan commit at linebacker, looked excellent. They played a true freshman running back from Compton, because their starting running back Trevor Etienne had some off-field issues. What is it with people and drinking and driving in Georgia? I can't really talk because we had some issues in Michigan too, but between the two of us, we should probably start a AA, collective.
Yes.
But yeah, so yeah, I think Georgia, I don't have a problem with them being number one right now.
Yeah, definitely. And they got a veteran quarterback, man. I'm actually really excited for the season for us. Week 1, and I'm at the edge of my seat yelling. I'm excited to see them grow this year. Yeah. Listen,
no doubt.
I'm always on the edge. It don't matter who we play. The nation is solid. Yeah, Clemson. I mean, look, man, Georgia, again, man, Kirby, he recruits at a high level. These guys, they don't rebuild, right? They reload. And we saw that on the defensive end, man. It's going to be hard to score points against them. Hate to see it. I might, based on performance, I'll put Texas over Ohio State right now. Based on performance.
Absolutely. In fact, I want to see that in the rankings. I want to see that reflected in the rankings this upcoming week. Put Texas at number 2 coming into the big house. Let's see. Alabama was the number 1 school this week. Milroe had 5 touchdowns. I forgot about Alabama. They did look good. Now they also played
Western Kentucky.
Exactly. They played Burger King Tech as well. Let's not get too crazy, but they did look impressive. And new head coach over there. He's been recruiting really crazy too.
Our man had an interception. Keon Sabb.
Yeah. Benedict Arnold over there got an interception. Shout out to Keon Sabb and his family, though. OSU fans say we stole Fresno.
Yeah, Michigan. That's it. Moving forward, every game we win, Michigan wins. We cheated, so it is what it is. We not worried. We understand, because this is what I'll say, man. Why is it that
absolutely not?
Why is it that no players that Michigan played, not one player has come out and said, yo, you know what? When we played them, something fell off. They just knew everything we were doing. Why no player has said that? Right. It's the fans, right? Because by now, someone like CJ would have been like, yo, bro, they knew everything. Marvin Harrison, they knew he was going on the out. DJ Turner was waiting. No. Why no player has said that? Right. Because I know I would have been like, yeah, bro, honestly, just everything we did, they knew every single step. No, man, stop it. Fans, let it go, man. What's that Disney song? Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, we're going to get boat race. And then we win, and it's y'all got lucky. USC's going to beat you. Beat USC. Y'all got lucky. Y'all going to lose to Washington. It's all right.
By the way, Mello, send me your link to your joint. I know you're doing, you got a show of your own. Hit me. That's my guy, Mello. He a fan of that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, but he a good dude.
It's all right. Yeah. Ohio State, nobody worry about them soft.
Yeah. We'll see you when we see you. But yeah, we'll wrap this up. Maniac, tell them where they can find you, what you got going on.
Yes, sir. Follow me, D_boxing_maniac on Instagram. You'll find all my other handles there, man. You know, not only I do this college football with my brother, the Madman here. I also have a boxing channel. Go check it out, man. If you into boxing, hit me up, man. Also have a podcast we do every Wednesday, Four Corners Boxing. We're live 9:30 p.m. On YouTube. So, you know, make sure y'all check that out, man, if y'all into boxing.
No doubt. It's not in there right now, but after this live is over, you can find his link in the description. By the way, to everything he got going on, and follow me everywhere at Maize Madman. Be sure to like the channel, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Till next time.